TomoNews presents plastic surgery.
Oh, that probably wasn't right.
Brazilian man has plastic surgery to look Korean. Meet Xiahn Nishi, a 25-year-old Brazilian man who had plastic surgery to make himself look Korean. Xiahn studied in South Korea and liked the place so much that he had 10 procedures done on his eyes. He also dyed his blonde hair brown and wears brown contact lenses over his blue eyes. Xiahn went through several doctors before he found one who would give him the eyelid surgery he wanted. The surgeon closed up the inner corner of his eye to give him single eyelids and injected him with hyaluronic acid to increase the volume of his eyes. Xiahn modeled 10 years ago and says a South American company has approached him about modeling Asian-styled clothing for them. This is what Xiahn looked like before his transformation. What do you think of his new look? Let us know in the comments.
Chinese mom threatens to disown girl who's addicted to plastic surgery. 29-year-old Yu Bing recently made headlines in mainland China for her crazy plastic surgery experiences. Yu had some 20 plastic surgeries in the past, including jaw contorting, nose reconstruction, and double eyelid operations. But she is still not satisfied with her looks and says she wants to grow taller by having bone extension surgery in which a doctor would break her shin bones to insert implants. Yu desires to be another Fan Bingbing, a world-famous Chinese actress. Fan, known for her perfect skin, big double eyelid eyes, and sharp nose, has long been troubled by a plastic surgery scandal. The actress strongly denies the accusations and says she was born pretty. Yu's mother went on a talk show aired by Dragon TV to complain about her daughter's plastic surgery addiction. The 61-year-old mom said her daughter has already blown 800,000 Chinese yuan on changing her looks, and now she cannot even recognize her. She threatens to disown her if she doesn't stop. Yu seems remorseful after listening to her mom, but ironically, her face forbids her from crying because she's just got surgery that would keep her lips upward all the time. We tried to find out more about Yu's personal life by going on her Weibo, but we're not exactly sure if this is her. Trust me, we really tried. This woman has the same name as Yu and looks roughly the same. But you know, millions of Chinese girls who had plastic surgeries look exactly the same. It's getting really hard to tell who's who.
Real-life Ken doll's body is rejecting his nose implant. A real-life Ken doll was rushed to the hospital after his latest surgical enhancement went wrong. 32-year-old Rodrigo Alves is being treated for the life-threatening illness necrosis after a hole appeared in his nose. Speaking from his hospital bed in Spain, Alves said his body had rejected cartilage put in his schnoz during surgery in February. He said doctors have warned him the infection is eating his nose and could even devour his face. Air steward Alves has spent more than $400,000 perfecting his look over the years. The party animal from the UK, who grew up in Brazil, said he never felt comfortable in his own skin. So in 2004, he decided to have a nose job as his appearance was getting him down. That surgery was the first of 15 operations over the coming years as Alves sought physical perfection. He even went as far as having an 8-pack implant made of his own fat and reshaped the calf muscles in his legs. The socialite raises money for his surgery by working as a flight attendant, event host, and image consultant. He claims he couldn't get the body he wanted at the gym because of an endocrine disorder. 3 years ago, Alves cheated death after surgery on his biceps went wrong and chemicals leaked into his blood. But that didn't stop him from going under the knife again, and again, and again. Alves is now receiving intravenous drips of antibiotics at a hospital in the southern city of Malaga. He hopes to return to London soon to receive medical care, which may include yet another full reconstruction of his nose.
You get what you pay for. Ellowe Alviso thought fixing his flat nose would land him more gigs. Instead, the aspiring Filipino model's dreams came crashing down after a back-alley cosmetic procedure ruined his face for good. He went to a transgender beautician and got a nose and chin job via collagen injection for 500 pesos, or roughly $10. The injection worked, and Alviso got more jobs. But 2 years later, things started to go downhill after a friend noticed that his nose seemed a little deformed. Soon, both his nose and chin had become swollen and infected. When the 24-year-old tried to ask the beautician for help, he was cursed out and threatened. Doctors eventually found a lethal cocktail of petroleum jelly, wax, and sealant crammed inside his nose instead of collagen, and performed surgery. With his now permanently scarred and mangled features, Alviso is forced to do odd jobs, often moonlighting as a Halloween ghoul. Police are still looking for the transgendered beautician, but already have a warrant for her arrest.
This is what an ass surgery gone wrong looks like. Jane Park, the youngest ever winner of Britain's EuroMillions, was reportedly left unrecognizable after an allergic reaction to a Brazilian bum lift operation that she got in Turkey last week. The 21-year-old who won £1 million from the EuroMillions lottery in 2013 when she was only 17, has now reportedly squandered about £50,000 of that prize money on cosmetic procedures. And those are said to include a 36FF boob job, a full set of dental veneers, liposuction, Botox, lip enhancements, cosmetic filler, and now the Brazilian butt lift. Last week, the jackpot winner flew to Turkey and spent a couple of days enjoying the luxuries provided by a celebrity clinic, where she then received her elevated ass. However, she panicked after the surgery, discovering her face had swollen dramatically from an allergic reaction to the anesthetic. Although doctors told her the reaction would eventually subside, the event apparently really freaked Park out. After winning the lottery, Park made headlines for all the wrong reasons. In 2016, she was banned from driving for 18 months after getting nabbed for drunk driving at a McDonald's drive-thru in Edinburgh. Earlier this year, Park claimed she wanted to sue lottery operator Camelot, saying her life would have been 10 times better if she'd never won the loot. Oh, poor girl. You know, somehow we think there's plenty of people or causes she could have given the money to. Oh wait, and she wants to sue the lottery people for money? Whoa, nice on the irony. Actually, Camelot sent a financial advisor to help Park manage the horrific burden of all that free dough. So what you guys think? Any sympathy? Let us know in the comments below.
Superman may not really exist, but his look-alike does, and he lives in the Philippines. Herbert Chavez is the Guinness World Record holder for the largest collection of Superman memorabilia, but that wasn't enough. 36-year-old Chavez has endured 19 surgeries over 16 years to make himself look like the comic superhero as well. The surgeries included nose jobs, lip liposuction, skin lightening, jaw realignment, pectoral implants, and abdominal implants, which has so far only cost him about $7,000 as he gets surgeries for free in exchange for promoting his doctor's practice. Chavez says he has no regrets and that people are always excited to see a real-life Superman in the Philippines. Next, Chavez plans on undergoing a procedure to implant metal in his legs to make him taller. But with the recovery time involved in that, how will he get away when Kevin Spacey shows up with kryptonite?
Before and after pics of Asia's plastic surgery boom. They double up those eyelids, shave their chins into V lines. It's amazing what these women are doing for beauty, but who defines it? Trips to South Korea make the chin heart-shaped and narrow. She wants a pointy nose and laser treatment for her freckles. Face pumps full of Botox and eyelashes get extended. Cover scars with makeup so they don't know that she's pretending. Reshape the eyes, raise the cheeks, and drop the chin. A new nose for the profile pic and new boobs to show some skin. Postpartum liposuction and total breast reconstruction. She's a whole new woman. Family members need introductions. Color contacts help her eyes to match her fingers and her toes. Saving every paycheck cause she's embarrassed of her nose. My face is too round and my nose is too flat. Hey doctor, make me look like that. Tighten up those wrinkles so nobody knows the truth. We're trading in that beauty for an illusion of youth.
For a more natural nose job, consider rib cartilage. There has been some curiosity about a Taichung woman's very natural-looking nose job. When asked about it, she said she had opted for an extremely expensive procedure involving rib cartilage. This procedure is often used for individuals who don't have enough bone or cartilage material to work with already. The bone comes from organ and tissue donations from deceased donors. The bone is thoroughly sterilized and frozen before being packaged and sent to plastic surgeons around the world. If you're not comfortable with having a piece of someone else's rib stuck in the center of your face, you can consider having a section of your own rib removed. The surgeon will make a small 2 to 3 centimeter incision on your chest and remove a sliver from one of your ribs to use in the rhinoplasty. The incision may leave a small scar and take up to 2 to 3 weeks to heal. So, if you're thinking about getting a nose job, be sure to consult with your doctor if this procedure is right for you. Dangers and risk of facial fat transplants. Last month in Taiwan, a 45-year-old dance instructor, identified only by her last name, Ms. Huang, decided that her face looked too thin and wrinkled. Ms. Huang received monthly Botox injections, but the procedure was time-consuming and overly expensive. She hit on a new idea and decided to get a facial fat transplant. A fat transplant is when a plastic surgeon removes fatty tissue from one area of the patient's body, often from the belly or thighs, and injects the fat into a desired area. There are some advantages to a fat transplant because the patient's body will not have an adverse allergic reaction to the transplant material. Unfortunately, after Ms. Huang's procedure, she had soreness around the injection sites and was unable to move her face due to the pain. A few weeks later, another problem that emerged were lumps throughout her face. These lumps are usually caused by fat cells which die and become oily cysts. Over time, they harden and become solid lumps just beneath the surface of the skin. Another patient had a fat transplant just under her eyes, but whenever she closes or blinks her eyes, the oily cysts bulge and cause wrinkles. In the end, she had to have a surgery to remove the hardening cysts. The lumps can also cause dents and grooves in the body or cheeks near the injection site. Some plastic surgeons only recommend fat transplant to larger areas of the body, such as the breasts or buttocks. Man almost dies from cosmetic surgery procedure in Taiwan. Australian Kevin Wong, aged 27, almost died during a cosmetic surgery procedure to place a mandibular implant into his lower jaw. 3 years ago, Kevin underwent another type of plastic surgery called facial contouring to shave down his jawbone, because at the time he thought his face was too wide. After the procedure, he thought the doctors had gone too far and that his face looked thin. So he decided to come to Taiwan to have an implant put in, to continue to shape his face. During the procedure, Kevin stopped breathing and his heart rate and blood pressure plummeted dangerously low. He was rushed to emergency services at Taipei's Chang'an Memorial Hospital, where doctors were able to revive him. Typical facial contouring surgeries involve shaving down the cheekbones or the jawline of a patient's face. The front of the jawbone where the chin is can also be shaved to make a smaller chin. If patients want a stronger chin or are dissatisfied with the results of their original surgery, a chin implant can be put in place through the inner part of the lower lip. Patients do not have to be fully anesthetized during this procedure, but should discuss options with their surgeon. Hopefully, when Kevin wakes up, he'll find his new face was worth risking his life for.
People in the US last year spent $11 billion on cosmetic procedures, citing the physiques of celebrities such as First Lady Michelle Obama as their inspiration. Upper arm lift procedures in the US have increased more than 4,000% since the year 2000. First, an incision is made near the armpit and a hollow stainless steel tube called a cannula is entered into the fatty layer, travelling toward the elbow. The tube is pushed in and out repeatedly, breaking up fat cells. This makes it easier for the device to suction out loosened fatty cells. Last year, 15,457 patients, 98% of whom were women, underwent an arm lift, an increase of 4,378% since the year 2000.